I think one thing that gives me hope about the DEI work that's being done here at Hackley is how seriously the administration is taking into account the concerns of the student body. I think that this summer has been enlightening for so many people, especially with the revival of the Black Lives Matter movement, and people are very much rethinking who we include in the curriculum, how to empower students, support them in some of the unique struggles they may face because of aspects of their identity. And that's something that I think is really exciting and makes me very happy because this type of work is so important to me. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The whole point of DEI is for it to be very broad and very sweeping in a way that includes every person, so it's not, when we speak of DEI at Hackley, it's not just students, but it's also making sure that we include the experiences of all faculty members and all people that, are part of the Hackley community.
To be at Hackley, you have to understand how to deal with complex issues, and they might not always be fun conversations, but they're necessary. I think the perfect example of that is the DEI committee. We're talking about touchy issues. There's people of all different, diversities and ethnicities on the board, but I think what's so important is that Hackley has sort of made this safe space that I feel comfortable voicing my opinions. I think it's incredibly important to have an open and civil discourse, and I think Hackley's done a great job of running that.
My personal journey with DEI here at Hackley is one where I can say that I am proud of the direction that the school is going. Our strategic plan, our portrait of a graduate, they're all reflecting how we as global citizens need to know and learn from varying perspectives and backgrounds. We're becoming more conscious of each other. We're more readily celebrating one another more than we have in the past. So that is something that I have enjoyed watching and hearing and seeing as we go on and as Hackley grows.
I think that what gives me hope for advancing our efforts in DEI would be continuing the work on the committees that I'm on and giving more voice and more access to people to attend club meetings and just really increase involvement at the school. I think the students have such good intentions that all they really need is a chance, and I think that really gives me hope both this year and when I'm not here anymore, when I graduate. I think Hackley's on a really good path forward.
I think what's really great at Hackley is we provide the opportunity for teachers to kind of push pause on what they want to maybe cover in that day, because you know what? Something has happened in the world, right? And you want to give students the opportunity to talk and to process. So we actively really try to make it a very intentional goal of embedding diverse perspectives into our curriculum while also responding bravely and promptly to global issues, because that's super important.
What gives me hope about the work that we're doing at Hackley is that we're doing the work. Sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think we're moving as fast as we can be. There is a reason to be hopeful, but not to rest in our laurels. We still have lots of work to do. And it's a job that I don't think I'd like to, but I don't think we'll ever get rid of. Because that education, that practice is ongoing. It's a maintenance thing. If you want to stay in shape, and if DEI is what you're looking for that shape to thrive and live, then we have to stay with it the entire time. So the hope, back to your question, is the fact that we're doing it.
Community is built by having people feel comfortable and be themselves and be able to be there as much of their authentic selves as possible. I mean, we always leave parts of ourselves at home, in private, but the more that we can find that commonality with people, the greater the bond of the community and the greater the strength of the community.